Okay. What's going on? So how y'all guys doing? So commercial property you want to sell, save on capital gains. Reach out to me. That's all. Period. End of story. I'm not gonna go detail. You see that thing in the bottom? I have it down there somewhere on the page. What we could do, whatever. Handle it if you want to, right? Or if you're a buyer, you want to buy a property, but you want to bring an incentive to the deal so they can pick your price, your offer. Reach out to me. We can set it up, but you gotta pay that fee for them. Oh yeah, split that fee. I don't know how you want to do it. That's your business, and then we can put it together. All right. So yesterday I picked up a guy. So mind you, I'm an immigrant, right? I'm an immigrant, turned citizen. Via through my mom because she passed the test when I was younger, right? So I love immigrants, right? I have a heart for black people first, right? Because I'm black, right? Well, all people, because I give game to anybody. I don't care who you is, but I have a desire for blacks, Jamaicans, right? Then blacks, right? Because you could be Chinese Jamaican, you're Jamaican, right? And then I go immigrant, right? And then I go everybody else, right? That's like kind of the order of nationalities. Jamaicans first, right? Then I'm black, right? And then immigrant, right? Then everybody else, right? Like it or not, everybody has preference. It's just life. It's just reality. A man can't tell me you don't have no preference. Then you're lying to yourself. Christ had preference, right? But then he had a heart for everybody else. It's Bible, facts. Read the Bible, you see it. He had a heart for the Jews, but then he opened up to everybody else. Salvation. You know what I'm talking about, right? So, anyway, let's leave. All right. So he in the car. So I picked him up. I said, "You heading to the airport?" I said, "I might take." So what I do is sometimes I put that battery in your back early to line you up for the thought, right? Because now when I put the thought in you, now when I line you, I gave you the nugget. Now you're gonna put that together, and now you're like, wait a second. If I do it like this, I could fly private, right? So this is how I catch him. Sometimes my madness is crazy, right? So I picked him up. So I said to him, "So am I taking you to the private airplane, or am I taking you to the regular?" He said, "No, thank you for the compliment. I'm not going private, man. I'm going to the regular. I'm going to one of them companies." I said, "All right, cool. I said, "So what bring you in town?" Like, "Yeah, for work. That's what you do." And I'm in the pharmaceutical business. I said, "All right." Then he had a phone call. Then he on the phone. So I said, before he said the pharmacy start, he had a phone call, and the guy was like, "Yo, could you please call a trash company, come get this trash, because we ready to move on to the next project, blah, blah, blah." Then he hanged up. So I said, "What do you do? Like, you're a real estate investor?" So I airdrop you in my car. You're on the phone, I'm gonna airdrop you. I'm telling you right now. He said, No. I do pharmaceutical work. I'm building a house. I said, "Awesome, congratulations!" Like right outside of New York in White Plains. He said, I said, "Oh, outside of Yonkers?" Like, "Yeah." I said, "That's what's up." And so we sitting there talking. So he's an immigrant from Africa, and so we there talking and we politicking. And I said, "So what you do?" "I'm a pharmaceutical. I do this. I said, "How long have you been doing it for?" "Like, y'all been doing it for like 7 years." So I said, "That's a long time." I said, "Okay, that's what's up. So when you gonna do your own?" I said, "Well, really, I don't know. I need a lot of capital and this and that." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Okay." I said, "What you need?" Like, "I need a lab, and I need to hire a doctor, then a nurse to research the thing, and la la la, and this and this." So I said, "Really?" And so you need a lot of capital to get. So I said, I'm listening to him. So, "Well, sir, to be honest, like, I could talk to you straight, right? For a black person in this country to be free, they have to have their own, right? They really do. Anybody who really want to be free, I don't care if you're black, white, Chinese, Indian, you need to have your own company. Like, that's just facts. Now, you can still have a good job, and some people want to do that, don't want that. But if you want that free, you gotta have your own, right?" So I said, "Why don't you have your own?" And he told me. So I said, "Listen, here's an idea for you, because you seem like a smart guy. Like, I got it." You know, he said he chuckled. Yeah, I think I will consider myself pretty smart because of what he does, right? So I said to him, I said, "You must have good credit because you're building a house, right, in White Plains. So the price ain't cheap, right? I already know that part. So you're building a house, so your credit must be good. You make probably good money, right? So why don't you get your business plan up, right? Because you already know what you're doing. You just don't have the other part of it right? Find you a building that has other tenants. So a commercial property that has maybe 7 other offices. You take one for your lab or whatever, right? But use one for your lab. So when you apply for your business loan, right, you can say, hey, my business is this. I need the money to buy this building and to fund salaries for 2 years for my doctor and my nurse, right? You will find the work because that's what you do anyway, right? And check on stuff, right? You have the doctors, you can pay them a decent fee because they only work part-time anyway, right? That's what we said. And the nurse, full-time, right? Do they clinical, whatever they do. And then you have, in the loan package, it covers they pay, right? Because you put it in the business plan, the purchase of the building. You already have tenants that's going to cover the loan to pay back the bank, right? And you have their salaries covered. And you bought the equipment that's included in the business plan, right? Because you're doing everything right. Now you're just the face. You're just the manager of this business, right? So when you go to these shops, hey, I work for this company. I'm a sales rep, and I'm the manager. I'm like every whatever. Don't have to tell me you're an owner. That's none of nobody's business. Just go do what you got to do, and just go to work because you're doing that anyway. So why not do it then? So now, but you're not worrying about no bills really, because what happens? They're funding. Your tenants is paying that bill back, paying their, it's in the loan, and you have cash flow coming in, so you're covering those expense. He said to me, "This is what I'm gonna paraphrase. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, you're right." Because I get the building, had the salary is inflated into the loan. Because you thought he's some kind of like an analytical, like you know what I mean? And you can see he was trying to put it together and see where I was coming from, and it made sense. You're like, yo, thank you for that. But see now, on that plane ride going back to New York, that 45-minute plane ride, what he's gonna be thinking about is, I'm flying local. If I get that, I could fly my private, like the guy was said. See how I catch him? Because now I don't put the seat of flying private. Now I'm telling him about how you could do it yourself, a good way of doing it yourself, but I have to be stressful and strain yourself over it. But at the same time, now you see the benefits of flying private. You don't have to see no cramped seats, right? Like, so see how the two tie together? I don't know. That's how my brain thinks. Call me crazy, whatever. So he felt like I gave him some help. Gave him a thought, right? Not that I won't say I help. Gave him a thought. Then I had another guy. He was like a scientist. So I'm like, you're a scientist. So what kind of scientists do? Like I do like nuclear stuff. Like we try to create stuff, but I work for a company. So I always ask why you can't do your own. This white dude, like, so I'm taking him to the airport. Like, well, it's kind of different. I said, explain. And then he was going on, and then I think, I don't understand. That's too much red tape. So explain to me how the process works. How do you make money, right? How do you get the bottom line? Well, you make money from the funding. I said, that don't make no sense. How do you make money from funding if you're not selling nothing? How do you sell a product you do? That's the key, right? Because you're doing all this for something. And then he explained to me, and then I try to give him, like, what if you, like, so, like, but then we got to the airport, so I couldn't even give it to him. I don't know. That was a weird, so I was more intrigued. I was trying to figure out, okay, how does this concept work? What do you do? Because that's why I was more curious. Because that's a new thing. So when it's something new, I was like, oh, okay. But that's it, man. So those two airport signs and the whatever we call it, the pharmaceutical research guy. It was kind of cool. But that's it, man. That's it.